Yeah, yeah, yo, 2026 and the link is feeling cold. Stories of a super runner getting kinda old. Jalen under fire, say his vision's getting tight. Calling him uncoachable every single night. AJ in the tray, got me in my feels. Mr. Hollywood is the brownest on the field. Man, he ain't calling plays, I'll be searching for the spark. Eagles flying solo, hunting shadows in the dark. Prabo and Russini trying to launch a master plan. Ever since the photos got you sitting with the fans. Draft day approaching, how we sitting on this perch. Gotta fill some holes, so you know he's on the search. 10 toes down with the Eagles on the scene. Watching out for Cap, cause your boy is bleeding green. Searching through the trending topics, info moving slow. Pro fan talk, always keep you in the know. Pro fan talk. Hit the bell, that's law. Break it down from the film to the box score raw. Pro fan talk. With the real ones bar. From the birds to the league, we gon' cover it all. Pro fan talk. Hit the bell, that's law. Break it down from the film to the box score raw. With the real ones bar. From the birds to the league, we gon' cover it all.
What's going on, y'all? Oh, I got overlays from yesterday. I'm all jacked up, man. Hold on. My bad. My apologies. What's going on, good folks? Let me turn on some more light. Got the WNBA game on my other screen. Fever and the Phoenix going at it. Been a closer game. It wasn't the blowout and the violence that was in the last game. And then, of course, we've got Dianna Russini news and Jalen Carter still in the conversation. Getting close to Cam getting started. Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts line dancing, all kind of stuff, man. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. But what's going on, good people? What's going on? What's up, Daniel Berry? You first out the limo. What's up, Ian Sr.? What's up, Carlos? As usual, my dude. Chris 3K, what it do? Rich Mariano. What's going on, dude? One day closer to the real. One day closer to the real. And let me tell you something, man. It is June 24th. Does it or does it not feel like this has gone like super fast? The month of June has just flown by. It's crazy. What's going on, Nina? Yeah, man, just before you know it, man, we're going to be at the first preseason game. I'm going to see y'all at the stadium at alumni game. It's crazy, man. It's amazing how time flies, man. And now I've been spending more time with my little grand boy every time you see me and Roman on the mic, but just seeing how fast he grew. You know what I mean? So stuff like that is crazy. So it is what it is. What's up, Art? So sitting there watching Phoenix is challenging a charge on Maisha Hines-Allen. So but yeah, a lot of good stuff, man. A lot of good stuff. Did we ever get any conclusion to what happened with Hugh Douglas and Joe Giglio? I wasn't, after it happened, I kind of tuned in the next day to see if anything was going to happen. If it did, I wasn't paying enough attention to really find out. What's up, TDK? So if you guys heard anything or if you listened, let me know if anything else happened. If they talked about it or anything else like that. Because once it happened, I did my little radio show about it, my little YouTuber about it, and then I just kept it moving. Yeah, Joe is probably still scared. Yeah, man, it's people like that everywhere, man. They think they can talk you to death, and it's a personality thing. Most times people like that don't even realize they're doing it. Everybody knows somebody that will talk you to death. Everybody knows somebody that will over-explain. Mansplaining isn't something that men do. That they just gave it that term, but I know plenty of women that mansplain. They want to give you every detail, everything. Like, I didn't ask for that. And that's not even what we're talking about. So, um, but yeah, it's plenty of people like that. And when you talk about something long enough, you kind of think you're an expert because most of the people that you're talking to aren't. And that's the situation that you have when you do sports talk radio and you're talking to most of the fans and everything. The fans are fanatics. That's what the word fan comes from. That don't mean that they study and um, they're built for the narratives and the first takes. They're built for that. So now you have a more educated fan base, but for the most part, a lot of fans, the big contingency of fans and the majority of fans are really uninformed. They watch the game for the entertainment. And I'm saying all that to say that guys like Joe Giglio and other guys on the on the mics are they kind of the same. They talk down to people that don't know as much. That's about where it comes down to. They just talk about they talk down to them. I'm around it. I'm around the guys. I know. I've seen it for myself. And the reality is they haven't. It's just because they talked about it every day. They get press passes and they can go down to the game. So they think they have access. Well, they do have access to the average person doesn't have. That doesn't mean you in the know. All you're doing is giving your perspective on what you saw. You was on the sideline like everybody else. So it takes a little. It takes somebody to go a little bit deeper, and that's when you have somebody like Hugh, who actually played and actually understands the dynamics in the locker room and things like that. And that's I've talked about this many times before. That's my biggest complaint with a lot of the social media people and even a lot of the people on the radio, especially guys that never played. They think that what they've been doing on the mic for 10, 15, 20 years can trump somebody that's actually been on the field. And it can't. It can't. Only somebody that's got a concussion in a game can tell you what a concussion is like. Only somebody that's been tackled or blindsided or damn near knocked unconscious can tell you what that's like, especially when you talk about on the field. And then you got guys that, because they do this all the time, where they talk about, well, you're getting paid, you should go play. And if it was that easy, everybody would do it. If it was that easy, everybody would do it. So I think there's a lot of built up frustration there. That was the tipping point right there. And I'm glad it happened because people like that need to get put in a place. And I understand that they running the show. It's his job to ask questions and keep needling and picking. And the Hugh Douglas's reaction is the reason why they got him on the air. Because I would be very curious to see what type of traffic they got after that happened. They understand how the sausage is made. They're trying to get clicks and likes like everybody else. They trying to get it through like everybody else. So, what's up, Golden now? So yeah, I mean it's one of those things, man. I'm glad it happened. I don't know if there was any repercussions from Hugh. I would love to get Hugh on my podcast. He an Ohio boy. He went to school at Central State, so that's my neck of the woods. Me being from Cincinnati, Ohio. So yeah, man, that's a conversation we have all the time. That's a conversation former players have all the time. All the time. People will ask you questions, and then it's like, are you asking me or are you telling me? Are you asking me to give my opinion? Are you asking me to explain to you what I have studied and I am up to date on? Or are you just asking for my opinion? You can have your opinion, and then it's either your opinion or I've studied film, so I know what I'm talking about. That's the key. I would never go to somebody who was a financial advisor and talk to them about money, claiming that because I made more money than you, I know more about it. It doesn't work that way. I used the example the other day. There's plenty of doctors that have delivered babies, but male doctors can't tell you the experience of birthing a baby. I don't care how many babies you delivered. If you are a male doctor, you'll never understand that experience. Period. There's always a level you got to go past. So, um, it's um, it's frustrating. And then if it's depending on what the subject is and all that kind of stuff, it's you'll figure out where they stand on a particular issue. Uh-oh. Caitlin Clark is limping back, or she limped back to the locker room. So I don't know what happened. So I don't know if she came down or something. She was limping, so I don't know if it's a back issue or what. But okay, Tyasha Harris is in. So, but in any case, um, yeah, Random Manton, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. After a while, it is enough is enough because you hear the same content over and over. They're asking the same questions. They're trying to push the same issue, and you getting the same answer. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? So it's kind of, after a while, it gets crazy. So, but the other thing was, what else did I say? Oh, the Dianna Russini thing, and I spoke about that. I made a video about that tonight, about talking about they brought up the New York Times article about her using her celebrity to get out of a speeding ticket. And I'm like, who hasn't done that? If you can do that, do that. What are y'all talking about? Because now it seems like y'all reaching. Now it seems like y'all reaching. And the one thing that I said um, in my video, and I'll repeat myself now, let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's say, yeah, she did sleep her way to the top. But how come they don't never say about who she slept with? She didn't do this by herself. If she getting in bed somebody to get her way up to the top, she got to sleep with somebody who's making them decisions. So don't nobody ever talk about them. That's the double standard we talk about a lot. Boy, Indiana about to lose this game because Caitlin Clark is out. And they ain't got nothing else. And they can talk about being better without her, but they not. But in any case, so yeah, it's a very interesting issue. And people think they continue to push the issue, continue to push it, until somebody snap like you. And there's been situations where people have been in the locker room. I always use that famous example, Bobby Bonilla for the Mets, I think it was, when him and the reporter in the locker room was about to go at it because the dude wrote something bad about him. And the dude was trying to keep it professional, like, hey, we can talk to y'all. And Bobby was sulking around and walking in circles, like, you know how people walk when you think they about to fight. It was weird. It was weird. He was totally trying to embarrass and bully the guy. And basically it was just because he didn't like what he wrote. So, but the funny part is the dude showed up. For him to do that, that means the dude had to come in the locker room because back then you had a job to do. You had a job to do. So, different times. All this social media stuff, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, yeah, they still got a lot of basketball to play, Nate. A lot of basketball to play. We'll see if they can get it together. Because everybody claimed they better without Caitlin Clark anyways. They ugh. But in any case, yeah, it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting to see. There's a lot of interesting teams that I really, really want to see preseason. Obviously, the Eagles and what they're going to do with Sean Mannion, everything like that. watching what's going on in Cleveland with Shador. Are they going to give him his shot? It seems like him and the coach on the same page, but it's always somebody that don't want to see you in there. Yeah, the Patriots is going to be that's going to be must see TV, bro. That might the viewership for that game might break records. I'm predicting that the viewership for Patriots Eagles pregame is going to break records. And don't be surprised if AJ Brown don't even play. It's going to be practice that week. That's going to be lit. The joint practices is going to be lit. So, and knowing AJ's personality, he'll be probably trying to dap everybody up and kiki like everything is cool. So he don't want no problems. He does not want any problems. So, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But it should be fun. It should be fun. What was that was I guess I'm on short time today. Because I didn't really have a lot to go over. We talked about Jalen Carter, me and Tone did. Ain't nothing really changed. Dianna Russini drop. Ain't nothing really changed about that. I'm like, didn't I tell y'all she was gonna get on TV and tell her story? And apparently she getting some ridiculous amount of money, 800,000, whatever it is, to tell her story. I don't know what channel it's gonna be, CBS, ABC, one of them, but it's already been scheduled. They haven't given us a date yet, but she gonna be on somebody's Dateline, Nightline, 2020, whatever. And I hope she light their ass up too. I hope she light their ass up. So, Coach, the Eagles make the same mistake they did with Moore scheme by not playing anyone, playing some guys in the preseason. They can't. They can't do that because you have to. The threat of injury is so high now that they don't want to risk it. Plus, you only get 2-3 games now. Where you get the best work is the joint practices. That's where you get the best work. So we'll see what happens. But the way preseason is these days, it's hard to tell. It's hard to I don't know, man. Just as comparison. When I was in camp, I went to camp 93, 94. We were up in Westchester. We were in Westchester for a month at least. We were up there for at least 3-4 weeks. And we got it in. Practices were hard. Like it was hard. If you made the team back then, you made the team. Like you paid your dues, you got cracked in half, since I had to go up against the ones a few times. They let the rookies when they trying to get the number one defense some work, they put the rookies in there so the defense can tee off, and you had to be ready to go through that. So I had to, blitz pick up and Byron Evans is coming through, or Seth Joyner or Willie T or whoever. You had to be ready for that. So back then, if you made the team, you just made the team. You put your work in. It is different now, especially with the money they play with that they pay with draft picks and everything that comes with that. Everybody pays their dues, man. So it's a much better. Hell, I had 4 games on tape, and they really can evaluate the rooks or the first year vets because you can see who's who knows what they're doing, who's forgetting the plays, who's looking around because they really don't know what's going. That's what they look for. That's why you guys remember me saying Reed Blankenship. When Reed Blankenship came up in here immediately, the reason why Reed Blankenship started as an undrafted free agent was because he picked up the defense faster than anybody else. And he knew what he was doing on the field. He wasn't the fastest, he wasn't the biggest, he wasn't the strongest, and he could jump the highest. But all he did was he knew where he was supposed to be on the field. That was it. That makes all the difference in the world. You don't have to think, you just know where you're supposed to be, and you get out there and you do it. And he could do that. And it was the same way when I played. The guys that you didn't get a lot of opportunities, but when you got your opportunity, you had to make the most of your opportunity. And it's easier said than done because it's very easy to get discouraged and everything. It is a serious mental game trying to make an NFL team. And I know it's even harder now because you don't get as much legitimate practice as we did back in the day. You just don't. You had to do blitz pickup. I had to run a route against Eric Allen, and he jammed me in my chest. I had to do that. I had to go. I remember we scrimmaged the Jets. We traveled to New York. We had a joint practice. Now, back then, joint practices, we stayed up there the whole week. So I'm in New York. We go team drill, and I thought I was going to get lit up by Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott was at the end of his career, but he still had that aura about him as one of the hardest hitters in the NFL. And we were in team drill, 11 on 11, full pads, full goal, full tilt. And he came through the secondary, and I thought he was about to light my ass up. And luckily, he just ran past me and tapped me on the shoulder and kept it moving. And my heart was in my throat for half a second. So, but it was different back then, man. And you could really get a lot of information. I wish we could have had like future contracts and a bigger practice squad and things of that nature. It would have been a hell of a lot better. So, but the rules were the rules. I played when I played, and that's the end of it. We move on and we grow and we evolve. And even like now to see how Jeffrey Lurie has changed the culture of this organization as compared to what it was back then when Norman Brayman owned the team. Whew, night and day, man. Night and day. So, but yeah, Carlos, joint practices is better. Definitely better. So we'll see. We'll see. When did Anais Smith come back to the Eagles? I missed that one. I totally missed that one. I didn't even know he was back. Was he? Let me check out the Google internet. Did they sign him? Not Aeneas Williams. Anais Williams. I don't know. I must have missed that. It's so much information going on. And plus, everybody's worried about all the focus has been on Jalen Carter stuff. The running back? I don't think we didn't re-sign Quez Watkins. I didn't hear that. Did not hear that. So, but our defense is still going to be tough this year. The offense is the X factor because everybody's waiting to see what Sean Mannion's got in store. So, we still got the tools. We still got the talent. Offensive line is healthy. Saquon is going to be better. Offensive line is going to be better. So we got all of that, and we know. We just wanted to see how this offense is going to run, how Jalen is going to be able to perform, all of those questions. So, and all of that's based on we got a new offensive coordinator. So, it's coming. But I didn't hear nothing about Quez. He uploaded a video today? Okay. I didn't hear nothing about that. So, we'll see. I mean, we still got Elijah Moore. We still got Darius Cooper. We still got Hollywood Brown, Dontavian Wicks. We got a deep We got a deep wide receiver room, even without what you call it with AJ. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting, man. It's be an interesting year, but we still got the pieces to make a long playoff run. But it honestly, it's just gonna all revolve around Mannion. What can he put together, and can we put together an adequate offensive game plan? That's what we need to do. So, Quez is back. Okay. Raven, what you doing, babe? Put that ball low. Copper snatched it all the way back. Khalil Copper is the only player from the Phoenix that I can like because she a Philly girl. So yeah, man, that was it. That's all I wanted to get into. I wasn't gonna be with you long. We'll have a longer show tomorrow, probably. I can't wait to. I've been messing with my drone. Finally got my drone. I've been testing it out. It's a small one. See how small this bad boy is? This is my hand. That's how small this is. So I'm working on some content. Want to put some things together, just give her a different look. Let me see. No, I didn't see the rain delay. Who won tonight? I'm assuming Brazil won tonight. Brazil beat Scotland. They beat my Scots. Yeah, I know I'm an honorary Scotsman. So I didn't see the score. But in any case, we're gonna get back to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and land this plane, man. Finish watching this game. Got some more stuff to do tonight. But really, proud to say that today I had got my ass up at 7:00 in the morning and I went outside in the backyard and worked out. Brazil 3-0. Got you. Good run. It was a good showing by my Scots, but they can't hang with Brazil. It's all right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here, land my plane, and I will be back tomorrow, 9 p.m. We gonna do this again, man. So, all right, I will holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Keep watching. Yeah, I gotta go check out that news. I missed all of that stuff. So, but all right, I'm getting out of here, and I will holler at y'all later. Peace.
Yeah. Yo, 2026 and the link is feeling cold. Last year is done, new story getting told. Jalen under fire, say his vision's getting tight. They say he's uncoachable, can't get right. AJ in New England, now that deal is done. Lemons got the green light, pick that number one. Benny in the coordinator, put your fears to rest. Patillo playing checkers, why this dude is playing chess. AJ finally traded and the hype train's broke. Rabel's back to coaching and Russini's catching smoke. 10 toes down with the Eagles on the scene. Ain't no time for fakers cause your boy is bleeding green. Source is leaking stories but you know it's all cap. Coach Marcus on the mic and he's shooting all facts. Search trending topics, information moving slow. Pro fan talk, always keep you in the know. Pro fan talk. Hit the bell, that's law. Break it down from the film to the box score raw. Pro fan talk. With the real ones bar. From the birds to the league, we gon' cover it all.